Hey Dalton, Coach Gilcrease here. First off, just want to thank you for coming out to camp. I had a really good time working with you. I hope you was able to learn some things from us, and I hope you've had a good summer. Hope school's going well for you. I hope you're getting in shape, ready for baseball season this year. This is going to be your video analysis, okay? So the first thing I like to do is make sure we've got a good base and good foundation, okay? Make sure we've got a good athletic stance, good bend in our knees. Make sure our feet are lined up, okay? Make sure our hands are in a good position so everything looks good at this point. Okay, so the next thing I want to look at is when we load, I want to make sure that our head stays in line, okay? Make sure it's not moving backwards and forwards. And I also want to make sure that when we load, okay, when we pick this foot up, that we're just putting it down, okay, and all of our weight is transferring to our back leg. Alright, and I want to see our hands move in this direction and make sure that bat stays up, okay? I want to be able to see the barrel at all times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play your load forward until your foot hits the ground, and I want to check out the position you're in after that. Okay, so your head stays on line, but what happens with your hands here? Okay, see how high they are? As you load, you don't move them back in this direction. You drop them down to here. Okay, and see that back elbow dropping down. So when you go to make contact, you're going to be swinging upwards at the ball. Okay, so you're either going to pop it up, hit on top of it, or you're going to have perfect timing, and the pitch is going to be in the perfect location, and you're going to drive the ball. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to keep the hands high and just move them this way. Keep the hands up here. That way we can fire towards the ball in that manner right there. Okay. Now let me erase that line for you. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is check out your path to the ball. Okay. So, like I mentioned, okay, this is the path we want to take. So, guesstimation, maybe this is where you're going to make contact at right there. Okay, so I want to see how short you can be to the ball, and then I want to see how long you can be through the ball. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to take my hands as quick to the ball as I possibly can, and then I'm going to keep them in that zone as long as possible. Okay, that's going to allow us to stay through balls, hit them more pure, create more backspin. All the things that we look for, this is going to help you create that, okay? So let's check out the path you take here. Okay, notice how your barrel's down below this line here, okay? What happens is, because you dropped your hands in your load, you're swinging from up under the ball, okay? We want to always stay above the ball at all times, okay? So the ball, at contact here, okay, there's some things you're doing a good job with here, and then the things you're doing a good job with, they can even be better, okay? So right here at contact, we've got a good stiff front side, okay? We always want to hit off of a stiff front side. Okay, our hands are in a good position here. Right palm up, left palm down, means our bat's flat through the zone. Okay, our eyes are on the target. Okay, everything's looking good here. Okay, and here's what I'm talking about where you can do a better job of this position, okay? So you did a good job of pivoting on your back foot. What I want to see is I want to see that L on your back leg, which is this right here. Okay, this is your L right here. Okay, that's where all your power comes from. So as you're loading and you build that up, you have to stay in that as you swing. So basically, you're driving that knee towards the ground. That back knee is going to drive towards the ground as we're making contact, and that's where all of our power comes through. That means you can stay through the ball and drive the ball a long ways. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to stay down in it. So once we load, whatever position we are in when we load, and we have all of our weight transferred to the back, now we're just firing our hands from that position, okay? And then when we follow through here, okay, see how you pop up out of it? Okay, we want to stay down in it, okay? So see where your knee is here. See how much more defined this L is than the previous one. So that's more the position we want to be in as we make contact with the ball. So imagine your barrel is right here now, and here's the ball, okay? So what's going to happen here is now you're going to stay through that ball longer, and you're going to drive that ball at the rate like that. Okay, so that ball's going to have a good trajectory leaving your bat. Okay, so as we make contact, we pop up out of it, which is causing us to hit the top of the ball and drive it into the ground. Okay, and we do a good job here of pushing through it, but like I said, now all of our weight's coming up out of it, which is going to cause your hands to be on top of the ball. Okay, but the follow through with your upper half looks good, so you just need to stay down in it. Okay, Dalton, this is Coach Kilcrease again. Thanks a lot for coming out to camp. This is your video analysis. Just a couple things. Just with your load, just have a better load and stay down in it, and make sure our hands don't ever dip down below the ball. Okay. Look forward to seeing you again. Thanks, buddy.